Hey fam, I want you to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. Let's talk about Virginia, where Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, his two accusers, told their stories to Gayle King on Monday and Tuesday. Well, today, Fairfax went before the cameras, coming out to once again deny their allegations of sexual assault. This time, he did so point by point. Here's a video.
While Dr. Tyson has stated definitively that she met, interacted, and had a conversation with me in Boston on July 26, 2004, the first day of the convention, in fact, Senator Edwards and I were not in Boston on that date. We did not arrive to Boston from North Carolina until the following day. After I arrived, I met Dr. Tyson in passing. She was a volunteer at the convention. As young adults and students, we spent time together talking. I invited her to my hotel room where we engaged in completely consensual activity. I have heard Dr. Tyson say that I held her neck and physically forced her to engage in sexual contact. That is simply not true. What she alleges never happened. At no time did I force any contact. And she has also said that she was visibly upset and crying. That also is not true. At no time was she crying, or did she express any concern, reluctance, or discomfort. Her demeanor never changed throughout the entire encounter. We engaged in friendly banter after leaving the room. Dr. Tyson has said that after our encounter, we had no further contact. That too is not true. In fact, she reached out to me more than once after the convention had ended, and we spoke several times in the weeks after the convention. In fact, at one point, Dr. Tyson left me a message asking me if she could visit me in New York City, where I had returned to school at Columbia Law School, and even invited me to meet her mother. I did not respond, and our relationship did not continue. Through it all, I had no reason to believe that she felt that our interaction in Boston was anything other than 100% consensual. As regards Ms. Watson, I knew Meredith Watson when we were both in college at Duke University. We had many mutual friends and saw each other often. While she and I had never previously had a physical or romantic relationship, we were friendly with each other. On one occasion late in my senior year, in the year 2000, she initiated a consensual encounter with me. I did not rape or sexually assault Meredith Watson. I did not lock the door. I did not turn out the lights. I did not hold her down or use any physical force whatsoever. We were both willing participants. After that encounter, I saw her on occasion when we were with mutual friends. At no time before, during, or after our encounter did she ever say or do anything that suggested to me in any way that she believed, that she thought anything that happened between us was something she had not wanted or that she was uncomfortable with. Ms. Watson has alleged that we later had a conversation about the encounter where I supposedly raised the fact that she had previously accused a Duke basketball player of raping her, and therefore I thought she would, quote unquote, be too afraid to report another assault. No version of that conversation ever occurred.
Now, folks, also in the news conference, Fairfax made it clear that he also took 2 lie detector tests and passed both of them. Of course, his statement was a lot longer than that. Now, check this out. Go to my iPad, please. He also said this, quote, "At my direction, my attorney has contacted the district attorney's office in Boston, Massachusetts, and the district attorney's office in Durham, North Carolina. Each would have jurisdiction over these alleged crimes. My attorney has asked each office to launch an investigation of these allegations if they have not already done so." Now, what has been going on, of course, is in that interview, Tyson said she would be willing to speak before a legislative process in Virginia. This is the statement that was released today by the lawyer for Dr. Vanessa Tyson. This is what they released. Since their allegations became public in February 2019, Dr. Vanessa Tyson and Meredith Watson have made clear they believe the people of Virginia deserve to hear about the sexual assault and trauma they experienced at the hands of Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax. They have asked the members of Virginia's legislature to come together to determine a process that will provide due process to all parties while allowing the people of Virginia to judge for themselves whether Lieutenant Governor Fairfax deserves to hold his position of trust and power. Given the General Assembly's inaction, Dr. Tyson decided to appear and answer questions about the incident in a national television interview. Today, Lieutenant Governor Fairfax made a public statement to members of the media in which he responded in a piecemeal fashion to the accounts of both women. He insists that he is fit to serve as Virginia's lieutenant governor unless he is convicted of criminal court. However, a politician's fitness for office is wholly independent of the workings of the criminal justice system. We believe Lieutenant Governor Fairfax's statement to the media further exemplifies the need for a bipartisan public hearing in which all sides have an equal opportunity to testify under oath and present facts and evidence. It is unclear why Lieutenant Governor Fairfax is refusing to appear and testify under oath in the General Assembly about his past conduct. While Dr. Tyson and her legal team have been in touch with the Suffolk County District Attorney's Office, and she has not ruled out pursuing criminal charges, the Virginia General Assembly must fulfill its responsibility to the people of Virginia to ensure the integrity of the Commonwealth's leadership. Reports have indicated that Virginia's legislators are at a political standstill and unable to agree on a way to allow all parties to testify in public and under oath. Sexual assault is not a partisan issue. The failure of the Virginia legislature to provide all sides the opportunity to be heard sends a devastating message to sexual assault survivors in the Commonwealth that their state representatives will silence them in order to gain political advantage. We hope that the General Assembly and Lieutenant Governor Fairfax will agree to hold an open, fair hearing where all parties can come forward to provide information about this serious matter. Now, let me break this thing down. I want to break this statement down and also deal with his statements. Also joining us is Dr. Jason Nichols, lecturer for the Department of African American Studies, University of Maryland. So I'm going to start from the bottom up because here's what I found to be quite interesting as I read this. First, this statement says, the failure of the Virginia legislature to provide all sides the opportunity to be heard sends a devastating message to sexual assault survivors in the Commonwealth. First of all, neither one of them are from Virginia. One took place in Boston, one took place in North Carolina. They say in here that Fairfax addressed his piecemeal. That's actually not what happened. But I'm still trying to understand here. This is a statement from the lawyer for Vanessa Tyson, okay, Deborah Katz. She's trying to push the Virginia legislature to hear this out, Kelly, but they don't want to file a complaint in the legal. Fairfax basically said, wait a minute, I'm being accused of forcing someone to have oral sex in Boston and raping somebody in North Carolina. He said, fine, since y'all doing this, I'm going to call the DA. Mm-hmm. I'm still sort of stuck on this, that the lawyer for the women don't want a legal investigation. They want a political discussion. And they even said in here to allow facts and evidence to be presented. No, hold on, go back. We believe Lieutenant Governor Fairfax's statements to the media further exemplifies the need for a bipartisan public hearing in which all sides have an equal opportunity to testify under oath and present facts and evidence. Kelly, why wouldn't you present facts and evidence to the district attorney who prosecutes?
My question is, are there really facts and evidence at all when it hasn't been to court yet? That's the nuance here that I'm not understanding. This is a very peculiar situation. I've never seen anything like this. And like you said, the fact that Fairfax is actually saying, hey, I actually want this to be prosecuted in court, real court, so that he can be legally cleared of this. I think it sounds like they want him tarnished on a political end and not actually prosecuted, because maybe they don't have a strong enough case for actual prosecution, but maybe just enough in the court of public opinion to actually do some damage to his reputation. I am not one to say that I don't believe a rape victim. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I'm saying that this is strange, period.
Robert, you're a lawyer. How are you looking at
Well,
this?
you know, I've always been on the record, believe women. It's time for us to listen to women.
Absolutely.
It's time for us to give these women a voice and to be
Oh,
heard.
look, you say,
But
what you say on the record? You say on the record to listen to women and believe, or listen and then see what happens?
listen, investigate, and give them
Okay, got it.
credibility, because too often in the past it was dismissed offhand.
Right.
And that's what prevented women from coming forward with these allegations. In this particular case, the statute of limitation in Massachusetts for sexual assault and rape is 16 years. That'll be in 2003. This is still within the statute of limitations.
Right.
If they wanted to file criminal charges in Boston, they could do exactly that.
And in fact, the Suffolk County DA, who was a black woman, she came out in February and said, if a complaint is filed, I will investigate. In mid-February, Tyson's attorney said they were going to meet with the DA. They've yet to do so. But it's interesting that they would release this statement demanding a legislative hearing to present facts and evidence, but not file a complaint.
Well, I think the reason they chose that path is that it's unprovable in the court of law. You're never going to get to a beyond a reasonable doubt between what happened in a bedroom between two people with no physical evidence, no physical violence, no recordation thereafter. Most people don't take notes and keep a ledger of what happened after sex, and I think that's why they're not going to a district attorney.
So, now you got to ask the question. Again, reading that statement again, it sounds to me, reading that statement, they're saying, we want court of public opinion. We don't actually want to file a legal complaint. We want the court of public opinion to determine whether or not he should go.
Well, the issue is that they cannot prove this in a court of law. That there's because there's no DNA, no physical evidence, no witnesses, no letters, emails, text messages, social media posts, anything along those lines from 2004 that could prove this in a court of law that there was any incident that took place. The lawyer's position is to have this testimony go forward, much like in the Kavanaugh hearing, where there was no criminal charges filed, but they do want their story told in public.
And she was the attorney for Christine Blasey Ford. Mm-hmm. Jason, what do you make of this? Because, and then especially, what do you make of Fairfax saying, okay, fine, y'all don't want, I'm going to tell the DA, launch an investigation?
Well, I was thinking the exact same thing that was said, and that is that this is very difficult to prove without any serious evidence. It's been a long time. My question is, if this happened, would they have told a friend, told somebody, had witnesses that they could pull forward? And as far as the political damage, I feel like it's already been done. Mm-hmm. I would honestly, if I were Justin Fairfax's friend, family member, I would tell him to step down and perhaps do something else.
Why?
This has been, I'm sure trying for him, trying for his wife, trying for his family.
But why would you say step down?
His reputation has been tarnished.
But I'll ask both of you as men. Mm-hmm. If you were accused of this and you were adamant you didn't do it, your name it's already there. Why wouldn't you fight? Why wouldn't you fight for your name?
Well, because I don't want to be on camera detailing off my sexual activity from college in front of a national audience for a panel of people to be breaking down.
But it's already happened.
So what I would do is I would step down. I would then go through the process of clearing my name. I would take the polygraph test. I would go to the DA. I'd get all of my records together, showing that all the proof that I can, and present that to the court of public opinion, and then come back.
Okay, where would you present it?
Sit down with Gayle King like everybody else does.
No.
Sit down with Oprah like everybody else.
Kelly, here's why, to me, that doesn't fly. Because the moment he resigns, no discussion.
Maybe not.
I think if he resigns, it's okay. First of all, on their side, we got what we want. We're good. Mike Espy, when he went on trial, he had to resign as the Secretary of Agriculture under Bill Clinton. They said he accepted bribes, Super Bowl tickets, things along those lines. Mm-hmm. He had to resign. Mm-hmm. Went to trial. Was acquitted. First thing he said was, where do I go to get my name back? He said, where do I go to get my name back? He ran for United States Senator against, I forgot what her name is, in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
They were still accusing him of accepting bribes, even though he was found not guilty in a courtroom. Where do you go?
And I understand that predicament, but at the same time, the situation in which you just described happened a while ago. We are now in a space and time, especially with social media, where you can kind of control your narrative a little bit more than just relying on the big networks. So when it comes to Fairfax, I think your example regarding Kavanaugh is even different from the Fairfax situation, because Kavanaugh...
Which example?
When you were saying how the lawyer...
No. I was simply stating a fact. The lawyer for Tyson is the same lawyer for Christine Blasey Ford.
I thought you were making...
They're the same lawyer.
Oh, okay. Well, even in that situation, Kavanaugh was trying to get the seat, as opposed to Fairfax, who is trying to keep his seat. So I think in that situation, it's a little bit different in that kind of hearing was a little bit more appropriate, because she was trying to prevent him from getting a role as opposed to taking him out.
Roland,
and also, I'm going to read this here. This was a tweet that was sent out by Catherine Watson, who is the White House correspondent for CBSN. Justin Fairfax, and see, this is why, for my deal is, no, I'm going to stay here and fight. She said, Justin Fairfax is basically saying that women accusing him of sexual misconduct should stay in their place, quiet and out of the public eye. But this was the quote she used from him. I do not believe the national television appearances or legislative hearings are the right vehicles to get at the truth. That's not what he said. He didn't say stay in their place, stay quiet out of public eye. If I'm Fairfax, and first of all, the governor of Virginia can only serve one term. He was going to be the favorite to be the gubernatorial nominee in Virginia. The reality is, you've already put it out there. You're accusing me of rape. You're accusing me of forcing you to have oral sex. In the public's eye, a resignation means I'm guilty. If my name has been so tarnished and I can't run for governor in 4 years, then damn that, I'm fighting. My deal is I'm not going anywhere. If someone accused me of something and I absolutely believe I did not do it, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to fight for my name just where I am, because I busted my butt too hard to get to where I am to then scurry off to go somewhere else. Now, I get folks say, hey, but at the end of the day, if you already tarnished my name, hell, I'm staying right here.
I dig that, Roland, but at the same time, we saw I think your example of Mike Espy is a good one. Mike Espy went away, chilled for a minute, came back.
No. He didn't go away and chill. That was a court trial.
Right.
Y'all just said you're likely not going to have a court trial. So if that's the case, that means a Fairfax can't go to a courtroom, and if I'm found not guilty, I can stand up and say the people said I wasn't found not guilty. But let's remember, Nate Parker was found not guilty, and then that torpedoed Birth of a Nation when people said, yeah, although you were found not guilty, we still think you did it. So it's one of those things that people, it's just like if you settle a case. You settle a case, folks still say, oh, yeah, you settled, but I think you're a pedophile. And so it's one of those things where I'm just saying, if that was me, and you accused me, and I didn't do it, oh, hell no, I ain't going nowhere. We gonna fight.
But number one, not guilty does not mean innocent. R. Kelly got found not guilty.
Precisely.
Right.
So which is my point. So what you just said is that even if you go through a trial and found not guilty, you will have people who are saying you still did it. And so if I quit, I'm basically giving you what you want. I ain't gonna do it. Final comment before I go to my next story.
I think for me, and the advice I would give a client is step down, clear your name, get all of your information, put it back into the court of public
How
opinion.
do you clear your name? What's the process to clear your name?
Look, while you're in office, you can't fight this and effectively govern. So there's nothing he can do effectively as lieutenant governor right now.
Lieutenant governor ain't like you got great duties. Okay, you ain't got that many duties. Kelly, go ahead.
I mean,
you ain't got that many duties. Let's just be honest. Okay.
We don't know what Virginia.
No, you don't.
Okay.
It's a part-time position. It's not even a full-time salary.
Fair.
He has 2 staffers.
And that's fair.
That ain't I got more than 2 staffers.
You do. Because you have a full organization.
I got 3 staffers in Chicago.
Fair.
I ain't even counting the people here, but go ahead.
I agree with my panelists here in that I personally would step down because it really is a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. But
Right.
at the same time, the damned if you do, in that case being the situation in which you step down, again, you control the narrative a lot better and a lot freer than you having to be restricted by whatever the rules therein of,
What rules?
whatever Virginia has regarding press on behalf of the lieutenant governor.
There are no
what have you.
rules. There are no rules. No, there are no rules. You can talk. You're not restricted from anything. And in fact, I think you're actually in a better position to defend yourself where you are. Jason, go ahead with your final comment.
No, I would say that Justin Fairfax in some ways is taking the right road and saying, look, I want this to go to court. I think that's actually a good way of going about it. But staying as lieutenant governor, I think, does damage to probably a lot of the causes that he wanted to fight for in that position. So if it's not really necessarily just about him, it's also about the things that he wanted to advocate for. His name right now and everything that he is attached to is going to be brought down. And I think that's...
And guess who hasn't left?
Governor
The
Kuznets.
blackface governor and the blackface attorney general.
Well, we already are held to a different standard.
No, damn that. No,
they
damn that.
they need to go too.
And
I'm not saying you should stay either.
but if you look at the polling data in Virginia, that's not what the folks in Virginia are saying. So we'll see exactly what happens in Virginia. Oh, I'm just saying, you accuse me of something I ain't do it. We're going to fight until hell freezes over, then we're going to fight on the ice. All right, folks, back to our Roland Mark Unfiltered video in just one moment. All right, folks, you have plenty of pictures in your home, but you've never seen anything like this before. Introducing EasyTiles, the world's first photo tiles made of sleek and ultra-lightweight glass. EasyTiles makes it very simple. You use your exclusive app for iPhone and Android to upload as many photos as you like. Then they print them on tempered glass. Now, your order arrives on your doorstep in a few days. And that's when the real fun begins, because with EasyTiles, you'll transform your living space with a gallery wall that will amaze each and every guest. EasyTiles are even simple to hang, no hammer and no nails. Even Robert could do it. And because they're mounted on small risers, they appear to float on your wall. Easy to order, easy to hang, and guaranteed for life. Now you can save 30% on any size order, plus get free shipping on orders of 4 or more. Just download the free EasyTiles app at EasyTiles.com and turn your best memories into beautiful glass wall art. Plus, save big now with this special offer. That's EasyTiles.com, EasyTiles.com. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.